Now in Sunrise, new marijuana regulations went into effect for California earlier this month. How it's proving to be problematic for many shops, those details coming up. Plus, a local teacher was the recipient of a statewide agriculture award this week. News 11's Sierra Encinas brings us her journey and how she feels about winning that award. And if you're into comics, science fiction, superheroes, and celebrities, News 11's Ivany Villalobos will join us live from Comic-Con in just a few with all the deets. We'll have all this and more as Sunrise starts right now.
You're watching Sunrise on KYMA News 11, where news comes first.
Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, July 20th, 2018. I'm Blake Keller. Thank you so much for joining me on Sunrise this morning. We're glad to have you. 6:01 is your time. We're going to get right into the news. Radio advertisement is causing controversy after criticizing ex-lawmaker Don Shooter. Now, the ad playing on 560 KBLU, former Representative Don Shooter's residency is being questioned, and it's something that he wants to clear up. The advertisement endorses, but is not supported by several Republican candidates. It's essentially calling out several Arizona politician and highlights issues that have placed many of them under scrutiny. And Shooter tells us he believes the allegations in the ad are completely false.
The gist of it is Shooter, nobody knows where he lives. Well, if they know how to read, I'll send them over the Arizona Supreme Court ruling that says I am a bona fide resident of Yuma, Arizona. I'm up in Phoenix trying to defend Yuma. I can't do that at the Rotary Club. I have to do it where the bad guys are.
The advertisement is supported and funded by a group called Greater Phoenix Leadership. According to their website, they're a group of CEOs based in Phoenix. And 6:02 is your time for your traffic alert this morning. Expect delays on Avenue A between 36th Street and Desert Hills Drive near the Yuma Civic Center. Anyone who has traveled that way in the last couple of years can probably recall the feeling of unpaved road. And the city says it was time to fix it up, especially because the Civic Center is a popular spot for events. Now, even though it's an inconvenience, neighbors that we spoke to in the area had no complaints about that construction.
Cracking that was paved over, so it was creating a very bumpy road surface, and not good for your vehicle to be driving on that at 35 miles an hour. And so we're going to get that all smoothed out. Brand new surface down there, should last a while.
The city's hope is that it is finished by the end of September, early October, and budget for this project was at about $500,000. 6:02 is your time. The Central California wildfire known as the Ferguson Fire continues to burn, forcing evacuations. Now, that blaze has now grown to more than 21,000 acres and is at only 7% contained. Now, Thursday, more residents from a trailer park were issued a mandatory evacuation, and crews continued to work on the ground and from the air containing that fire, trying to keep it away from new homes. Now, conditions have been hot and dry, making this difficult, but storms brewing in the area could make things even more difficult. Thunderstorms bring with them erratic winds that can not only fan flames, but also spread embers beyond the fire lines. Well, in your crime alert this morning, 6:03 is your time. Calexico police have a man in custody after they say he walked behind women at Walmart pretending to bend down to tie his shoes, but then take pictures up their skirts. Now, that man is being identified as 23-year-old Jamie Sampaio from Mexicali. He was caught after a victim says she felt something strange up her dress, only to find him with his cell phone up there. Now, she immediately reported it to the store's loss prevention officer, and he was arrested before even leaving the store. Now, after looking through surveillance video, police say he did the same thing to at least 2 other women, and police are now asking any other victims to come forward.
If last Tuesday you were at the Calexico Walmart and you had an encounter with a subject who made you feel uneasy, who matches the description of the subject, and behaved similar to the way we described it earlier, please contact the Calexico Police Department.
Police also have his phone and plan to look through his pictures for more evidence. He's being charged with voyeurism, and if convicted, he could be looking at 6 years in prison. Well, 6:04 is your time. New this morning, California pot shops may have trouble keeping marijuana on the shelves this summer, but not for the reasons that you may think. 6 months after the state legalized recreational marijuana, new regulations went into effect July 1st. Now, that law requires all cannabis products undergo extensive lab testing for pesticides, pathogens, and potency. And as DT Roy explains, it's the lack of certified labs that are keeping shelves bare.
We have seen about a tenfold increase in inbound inquiries. The new testing requirements are creating a backlog at marijuana labs like Steep Hill in Berkeley. It's one of only 31 marijuana testing labs in California, a state with more than 400 licensed retailers. Chief Revenue Officer Tony Daniel says he doesn't expect demand to subside anytime soon, so they're hiring 200 workers by the end of the year and moving into a bigger building.
Sales looks kind of like a hockey stick right now. And we anticipate that trend to continue. Cannabis is here to stay. The genie's out of the bottle. So we're moving into every legal jurisdiction and internationally as well.
Other labs are experiencing turnaround delays. The president of the Green Cross dispensary, Kevin Reed, says the lab he works with is taking several days longer to get his weed back to him, forcing him to leave inventory in quarantine while he waits for the test results. While he waits, he worries.
We're going to have a lot of empty shelves, and we're going to do what we can to get those shelves full again as quickly as possible.
Some in the industry worry this latest set of regulations will drive out mom-and-pop retailers and lead to bigger, more corporate names driving California's cannabis industry. Aditi Roy, CNBC Business News, Berkeley, California.
Well, 6:06 is your time. So Comic-Con International San Diego is back for its annual event where thousands of fans and special celebrity guests come together for the love of comics. Our own News 11 Ivany Villalobos joins us live from San Diego to tell us more about what's new this year and more. Ivany, good morning.
Good morning, Blake, and to everyone else back at home. Oh my God, it feels so great out here. I don't know what the temperatures are out there right now. I saw about in the lower 90s, but over here we're in the upper 70s, and it feels a little muggy. But aside from the weather forecast, that's not why I'm here in San Diego today. It's Comic-Con International, and as you can see back here behind me, downtown San Diego has been converted into a cool fun zone with all these flyers and posters and whatnot. A lot of cool things happening this year in Comic-Con. One of the things is it's so popular. There's actually a Comic-Con museum underway right now. So many people also coming in already. This line behind me is people who've been camping out since last night. Last night, can you believe it? That's some hardcore fans there. All right, follow me. I want to talk to some of these fans right here. Oh, look at this cool guy. You guys see this guy? I like his costume. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? All right, cool. How long have you been standing here?
We got here at around midnight.
Midnight.
Yeah.
That's a good time, reasonable time. And then quick question, if you could date a superhero, who would it be and why? Or maybe a cartoon character.
A cartoon character. Ooh, that's a good one. Help me out here. Superhero.
They're all good looking. Superwoman or
Supergirl.
Supergirl. Supergirl.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Francis.
Francis?
Hi, nice
Thank
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right, that's a good choice. All right, everyone, we'll be back later on in the show, but for now, I'll send it back to you, Blake.
So far, so we will definitely see you in just a little bit. But new this morning, one local teacher was honored for an Arizona statewide agriculture award last week. And News 11's Sarah Encinas tells us who that special teacher is and how she got involved in agriculture.
That's right. Lee Lougheed was honored with the Arizona Agriculture Teacher Association's Outstanding Post-Secondary Educator Award. She didn't expect it, but her work educating the next generation of agriculturalists has really paid off. Lee Lougheed has been in the agriculture field for more than 3 decades, a choice she calls second nature.
Actually, I've been involved in agriculture my entire life. My father was a cooperative extension agent for the University of Arizona, and we've always raised animals and crops.
Today, she's heavily involved in agriculture, not only as a teacher, but a member of several agriculture councils and organizations. When she heard that she was honored with the Arizona Agriculture Teachers Association's Outstanding Post-Secondary Educator Award, she was surprised but humbled.
Very humbling because, one, I was nominated by my peers for this award, and then that it's recognition of the hard work that goes into teaching agriculture science to college students. whether they're from Yuma or Imperial Valley or other parts of the state.
Lougheed's mission as a teacher is to lead the next generation.
One, agriculture is everywhere and everybody relies on it. And so it's extremely important that we are educating the next generation of agriculturalists to be sustainable and to make sure that there is going to be enough food and fiber for generations to come.
Lougheed was recognized with this award on Tuesday at the University of Arizona in Tucson. Reporting live from the studio, I'm Sierra Encinas, News 11.
All right, so it is that time of the week again. 6:10 is your time. Be sure to listen out for your name. We're going to find out which lucky News 11 viewer will be on the receiving end of free gas. It's part of our Free Gas Friday giveaway with Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros. And News 11's Sierra Encinas is live there this morning to draw our first possible winner. Sierra, take it away.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here at Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros for another Free Gas Friday. Unfortunately, last Friday we couldn't bring it to you because there was a special report from the president, but not to worry because we have two winners this Friday for those $100 gas gift cards. And we know that gas has been going down just a little bit, but it's still up there and it's going to help you save some money on maybe some summer travel. So let's get right to it and let's pick our two winners for today. And once again, you know that you have 10 minutes in order to call us. So let's see, let's shuffle this up a little bit. All righty, so I'm gonna pick our two winners. Let's see who it is. Okay, our first winner is Mike McAdams. Mike McAdams, if you came into one of the several Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros and filled out a sheet, please call us at 928-782-1868. Once again, that phone number is 928-782-1868. Now let's get to our next winner. Let's shuffle. All right, our next winner is Leah Kroll. Leah Kroll, if your last name is spelled C-R-O-A-L, and you came into one of the several shops, please call 928-782-1868. Once again, you have 10 minutes starting right now to call in. And we will come back to you if those winners called us in. Back to you, Blake.
President Trump inviting a guest to Washington
at
the height of the fall election. I'm Tracy Potts. It's the Russian president. Find out why next.
All right, plus in your full weather forecast, we're going to take a look at what type of temperatures we can see into the weekend and into next week. It's a gradual warm up, so we'll take a look at those triple-digit temperatures coming up after the break. Stick with us.
Now, your Weather Authority local forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. Take a look at our RV World Yuma Skycam right now. A little hazy out there, but otherwise a beautiful shot. Let's take a look at those local temperatures so far this morning. We're seeing 86 in Yuma, 81 in El Centro, and 83 in Imperial. Those are going to go up today. You can see not as bad. We're seeing the 100 in teens so far, 110 in Mexicali, 108 in Yuma, El Centro, 109 in Imperial. Mostly sunny skies today, so you can expect that. Wear lots of sunscreen. You want to end up sunburned like I did last weekend. Tonight's forecast, though, you're seeing clear skies with 84 degrees in Yuma, 81 in El Centro, and 83 in Imperial. So not too bad of temperatures tonight. For our 8-day forecast, sponsored by Sun City Pest Control, those temperatures going way up next week. You can see by the start of next week, 116 degrees, but on Tuesday it's going to be really hot, 118, almost 120. For Imperial, you're seeing similar conditions and temperatures as well, 110 to start your weekend on Saturday, but that will go up again to 116, 117 by the beginning of the week. Those overnight lows, though, they're staying pretty average and normal in the mid to low 80s.
News 11's Border Wait Times, brought to you by Cocopah Casino.
Is your time. We're going to take a look at those border wait times. A 10-minute delay this morning, Calexico East, also in the ready lane there. 20 minutes in Calexico West. You're seeing about a half an hour this morning in San Luis. All right, coming up on Sunrise, though, we continue our discussion with qualifying charitable donation organizations, a part of the Yuma Tax Credit Coalition. How that coalition is helping nonprofits. We'll be talking to Amberly's Place coming up after the break. Well, we're continuing our discussions with the many qualifying charitable organizations involved in the YUMA Tax Credit Coalition. As we mentioned before, the YUMA Tax Credit Coalition is doing its part in trying to make YUMA a better place. Donating is easy. You can go to any 12 organizations who are within that tax credit coalition. And not only are you putting money into YUMA, you'll eventually see that money end up back in your account. So that's an incentive right there. So this morning we are joined by Diane Umphris with Amberlee's Place. So Diane, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for offering.
Yeah, of course. So first off, we want to learn a little bit more about your nonprofit at Amberlee's Place. Most of us are familiar. We've seen you in news, our newscasts before. So what is one thing that you would like the community to know how you provide services?
Blake, what's so important for our community is that we provide services for victims of abuse. But when they know that that support is coming from within their own community, it's a step up in the healing process for them, because there's a lot of shame attached with being a victim of abuse. But when you know your community supports you and cares about you, that's kind of one of those things that helps you walk out the door, hold your head up, and become a survivor.
All right. And with your involvement with the Tax Credit Coalition, how has it helped you achieve your mission?
Well, as Amberlee's Place, we're an advocacy center where we work as a multidisciplinary team, and so being part of a tax coalition is pretty much the same thing. It's bringing in those other nonprofits that also help and support your community in so many different ways, and when you're working together, you're always stronger, and so that's what the coalition does. It just makes all of us a little bit stronger.
And have you seen any effects from it yet at all, or?
We have been the recipient of people giving up their tax credits to Amberlee's Place, and it's very beneficial. It's very helpful for us because those are the funds that we can use for the emergency needs of victims.
So what type of emergency needs do you provide to victims? Is it clothes? Run me through all that.
You know what, when we work with a victim, we're called on scene with law enforcement, and so when we get there, oftentimes they're leaving home and they have nothing but the clothes are on their back. Mm-hmm. And you stop and think, if you couldn't go back to your house today, all the needs, and if you had children, the needs that you would have, not just for you, but for your children. Those are diapers, formula, food, it's a safe place to stay, it's clothing, school supplies. What if your child has asthma and you need the inhalers? The money to get that inhaler and to have those medications taken care of. There's so many different things, and each victim who comes to us has a specific need that's different than the ones before.
Right. So I'm going to leave it open to you. Is there anything that you wanted to add, maybe a message for the community, for those watching?
What I'd like the community to know is, once, we are so thankful for you and the support that you give to us, but more importantly, the message you send to the victims that it's going to be okay, you care about them, and they can become a survivor. Your message is so much stronger than ours, and we're so thankful for you.
All right. Diane, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Of course, anytime. We're always welcome. All right, so thank you again for talking about the Tax Credit Coalition and just how it really helps your nonprofit.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think it's about time that we check back in to see if we have any winners for our Free Gas Friday giveaway. So we'll send it out to News 11's Sierra Encinas. She is at Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros. And let's see if we have any of our viewers calling in for their free gas. Good morning, Sierra.
Good morning, Blake, and good morning to all of our viewers. Unfortunately, the last two callers didn't call us in that 10-minute time frame. So I'm going to pick two more names. So make sure that you're listening up because it might be your name. All right, so let's shuffle this again. Round two. All righty, let's see. Let's see who's going to get that $100 gas gift card. All righty. So, Thomas Flagg, if your name is Thomas Flagg and you came into one of the several Ed Whitehead's locations, please call us in the next 10 minutes. And let's pick that next name. Let's do this. All right. Wesley Tanaka. If your name is Wesley Tanaka and you also came into one of the several Ed Whitehead's locations, please be sure to give us a call at the following number on your screen, 928-782-1868. Once again, that number is 928-782-1868. And you can still continue to register for this drawing of a $100 gas gift card. We all know that you guys want to save some money in those pockets of yours, so be sure to come into any of the Ed Whitehead's locations around town, and you can enter into this drawing for that $100 gas gift card. And once again, if your name is Wesley Tanaka or Thomas Flagg, please call 928-782-1868. Reporting live from Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros, I'm Sierra Encinas, News 11. Back to you, Blake.
All right, Sierra, sounds good. I can hear that phone ringing off the hook so far. So hopefully those two, Thomas and Wesley, called in. So 6:25 is your time. So much more still ahead on Sunrise. We'll see you right back here in just a little bit. Now on Sunrise, new surveillance video this morning of a wrong-way driver on a busy Arizona freeway. The woman behind that video speaking out about that freaky moment. And developments in the case of a man suspected of driving under the influence and hitting and killing a woman. The status of his case in court coming up. And if you're into comics, science fiction, superheroes, and celebrities, we have News 11's Ivany Villalobos live from Comic-Con in San Diego in just a few with all the details. We'll have all this and more as we're back on Sunrise.
You're watching Sunrise on KYMA News 11, where news comes first.
All right, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, July 20th, 2018. I'm Blake Keller. Thank you so much for joining us on Sunrise this morning. We'll get to those top stories in just a few. But first, let's take a live look outside our RV World UMA Skycam for a look at our weather. So take a look right there. Beautiful shot right now. That sun rose earlier today around 5:44 a.m. So let's take a look at our temperatures for today. And we are seeing about 85 degrees right now. So mostly sunny skies. We're going to see sunny skies today as well. And then our highs will jump up to about 108 degrees. You can start seeing those 100-degree temperatures by around lunchtime, noon or so. So make sure that you're drinking lots of water and wearing sunscreen. We do have an excessive heat warning set for this morning at 10 a.m. So just be cognizant of that out there as well. Well, 6:30 is your time. A close call for an Arizona Department of Public Safety sergeant as he spent his morning trying to stop a wrong-way driver. Now, exclusive video shows a pickup driving in the HOV lane, and the woman who caught it all on camera is talking about her near encounter with that wrong-way driver.
Tuesday's morning drive to work for Holly Mueller on the I-10 went from normal to what would be one of the scariest moments of her life.
The emotion was terrified.
You're about to see a wrong-way driver the exact same way she saw it.
I think just for a moment, your brain actually doesn't comprehend what you're seeing.
Her dash cam rolling as out of nowhere, the red truck sped in her direction.
Okay, that's a car coming the wrong way at me.
She has to think quick, swerve, or hope he does. That alleged driver, 73-year-old Richard Elliott, doesn't miss a beat as Mueller swerves out of the way to avoid a head-on crash.
Thankful that I'm here to talk about it, but also, concerned.
That experience, a reminder for her to always stay on alert.
But if I'm a distracted driver and I have my eyes off the road for 2 seconds in that scenario, we might not be talking today.
It's a message the Department of Public Safety stresses heavily.
We're at a very, very, very high level of threat here.
Sergeant Matt Kunda taking action, performing a pit maneuver to stop this driver before hurting anyone. Like Mueller, this is the first time he's ever come face to face with a wrong-way driver.
I'm human just like everybody else. It is a very, very uncomfortable feeling.
His training, the department, and troopers all working in a coordinated effort to stop Elliott.
This unfolded very, very fast.
To date, there have been 35 wrong-way crashes, 924 wrong-way incidents, which is why their training is so important.
We were able to get him stopped. Nobody was hurt.
Elliott now in custody. This moment for Mueller will stick with her forever.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I wasn't a victim.
Well, in your crime alert this morning, the man accused of killing a woman while driving a tow truck back in May appeared in court Thursday. 28-year-old Christopher Pierce is facing 5 charges, including second-degree murder. Police believe he was driving under the influence at the time of the accident, and there's a lot more evidence that needs to be sorted through before his next court appearance set for September 6th, and that will be a final management conference before that case could go to trial. All right, so we're going to turn down to politics. President Trump has made another stunning reversal from what he said Monday with Russian President Vladimir Putin, and he's inviting the Russian president to Washington during the fall election. Tracy Potts has the latest developments from Capitol Hill.
As Americans head to the polls in November, Russia's president accused of meddling in the last election may be here in the U.S. in the middle of the fall campaign. The White House says plans are underway to host a visit by Vladimir Putin.
Getting along with Russia is a positive, not a negative. Right. Now, with that being said, if that doesn't work out, I'll be the worst enemy he's ever had.
We have some breaking news. The White House has announced...
News of Putin's visit caught the White House Director of National Intelligence off guard.
Say that again?
You, Vladimir Putin coming
Did I
to
hear
the...
you? Did I hear you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a time to protect and batten down the hatches, not to bring, the burglar back into our house.
The White House says President Trump will back off an offer he called incredible, allowing Russia to interrogate Americans, like former Ambassador Michael McFaul.
I'm an American, and I'm under attack by Vladimir Putin right now.
Taking this idea off the table is a giant step forward.
The Justice Department now says they'll let Americans know if foreign governments are trying to influence the vote.
The American people have a right to know if foreign governments are targeting them with propaganda.
Intelligence officials believe Russia is already targeting November midterms.
Back here, the Senate passed a resolution opposing sending Americans to Russia to be questioned. Every single Democrat and Republican voted for it. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
All right, Tracy, thanks for that. 6:33 in your health alert. Yuma County Health Department is kicking off World Breastfeeding Week. Now, the event empowers women in motherhood, and during the kickoff celebration, provided parents with information on local services. And they also got the opportunity to get free health screenings and talk to medical professionals. Now, one concern many mothers face is how others react to breastfeeding in public.
It's kind of like how you look at artwork and do you see naked or do you see nude? People try to tell you like, oh, you can go feed your baby in the restroom, and it's like, you wouldn't want to eat in the restroom.
I just think people need to get over it and just let the women do what they have to do.
But I do feel it's way too, oh my God, she's just feeding out in the open. She needs to go hide in the bathroom or something, which is horrible.
The official start of World Breastfeeding Week is on August 1st and ends on the 7th. For the latest events in our area, you can check out our community calendar at KYMA.com. All right, so if you're looking to step right into the universe of The Walking Dead, a thrilling 22-foot slide may send you into a sliding pit of walkers at this year's Comic-Con International. But if that's not your cup of tea, News 11's Ivany Villalobos is out there live this morning with more on what to look out for. Ivany, good to see you out in San Diego.
Blake, okay, first of all, again, yes, I'm in San Diego. I want you to check out my shirt because I specifically went out to buy this for this event. It says, we are all Wonder Woman. Right? We're all Wonder Woman.
Right on.
Right
Who
on.
are you with? Fox News?
No, I'm with KYMA in Yuma. We drove all the way over here.
We just talked to people from Arizona. I love it.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you have beautiful skin and makeup.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's how you got the job, probably?
Yes.
Tell the truth.
Oh, so now she's interviewing me.
Yes, we are. Are you bilingual?
I'm bilingual, yes, of course.
That's perfect. So Arizona, you came on a bus. We get to travel here.
Yes, and it was so much
only
fun.
20 years old.
Yeah, I'm only 20 years old. Let's tell everyone that I'm only 20 years old. Yes, it's the second day at Comic-Con, everyone. There's so many people out here already in awesome costumes. And also, aside from the event, there's a lot of fun, free things to do too. There's the Demolition Man experience where they converted the Greystone Steak Food restaurant into a Taco Bell futuristic experience, as you can say. And there was long lines yesterday. It's so cool in there. They have like purple lights and whatnot. It definitely does look futuristic, but there was long lines because they're giving out free Taco Bell tacos and food. So of course everyone's gonna line up for that. All right, everyone, we'll see you in the 7 o'clock hour. I'm in Comic-Con. It's so much fun out there. There's a lot of people, as you can see here. Blake, I'll see you later.
All right, Ivany, sounds good. And wow, what an encounter. So just showered in compliments. So we'll see you definitely later on. So 6:36 is your time. It's that time to see. We're going to find out if our lucky News 11 viewers were on the receiving end of free gas. All a part of our Free Gas Friday giveaway with Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros. Of course, News 11 Sierra Encinas is live there this morning to see if our two callers called in. Sierra, take it away.
Good morning, Blake, and good morning, viewers. We did have two winners now after our last drawing. So Thomas Flagg and Wesley Tanaka, looks like you guys both got $100 gas gift cards. And don't worry, guys, you can still come into any of the 3 Ed Whitehead's Tire Pros locations. There are 2 in the Yuma area, 1 in Walton, and you guys can come in, fill out one of these slips here, and you'll be entered into this. and your name might be called next week when we come here for Free Gas Fridays. We know gas has gone down just a couple cents, but we know that you can always save that extra $100 maybe when you're traveling up to San Diego or even to Phoenix. So don't forget to come to any of the 3 Ed Whitehead Tire Pros locations, and you can enter into this drawing. Reporting live from Ed Whitehead's, we'll see you here next week. I'm Sierra Encinas, News 11. Back to you, Blake.
All right, Sierra, thanks so much for that, and congratulations to Thomas and Wesley. Free gas, what a great prize right before the weekend. So congratulations. All right, we are always looking for ways to beat the heat while also looking to entertain ourselves, and the perfect place to go is your local library. So News 11's Ivan Villalobos sat down with the Yuma County Library District earlier this week to see what library treasures are in store.
Well, it's time to put your best foot forward and gear up for the new school year. Joining us in the studio this morning is Sarah Wisdom with the Yuma County Library District to tell us a little bit more about the latest library treasures. Sarah, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so of course, first off, one library is giving tweens an opportunity to compete in a dance-off. What's this all about?
Yes, well, this is a program we've been offering for a while now. We call it We Tournament Tuesday.
Very cool.
And it's a chance for tweens to burn off some energy. You know, we're all cooped up during our summer months, and you get a little cabin fever, a little restless. So this gives tweens a chance to come in and kind of work some of that off. We always have a great time every Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the Youth Services Department. We play the different dance games on the Wii, and it gives you a chance to sing and dance along. I think last week was the Disney one, and the kids had a really good time. So yeah, if you're feeling restless, you can't get outside right now, come to the library and work off some of that extra
and unleash,
energy.
yeah.
Yes.
So what about what's some of the feedback that some of the kids get from this?
Just that they have a lot of fun, and they like challenging their friends, but they like challenging the youth services staff even more.
Oh, fun.
And then our staff say they get their exercise for the day too, because they're dancing with the kids. So it really is a fun time for everybody.
Oh, cool. So this will be at the main library, right?
That's happening at the main library this coming Tuesday at 2 o'clock.
Oh, fun. All right. So the library is also offering an out-of-this-world experience, and by that I mean a VR virtual experience. Sarah, what's that all about?
Yes, our virtual reality systems are part of what we're calling our Leading Technology program, and this is a program that kicked off last year. We received a grant through the state library to buy assistive technology to help those who maybe have dyslexia, or maybe they have a physical disability that sitting at a traditional desktop is not comfortable or not possible. One of the technologies was virtual reality systems, so we were able to purchase an Oculus Rift and the PlayStation 3 virtual reality system. And what we found is that when you're immersed in that virtual reality, you've got the goggles on, you've got the headphones on, it cuts out distractions. You're really able to focus because you're completely immersed in this virtual reality world. And as far as use, we've seen people, they go on virtual tours. You can tour museums virtually. There's a Google Maps program where you're kind of supermaning over a city, and you can point out different landmarks. So it's
Kids
great for
love that one. That one's
That's
cool.
one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity. It's coming up Wednesday night at the main library, and it's a chance for teens and adults to really check out what virtual reality can do. It's just a great introduction to the technology.
How fun. And I was going to ask, is that for everyone in New Zealand?
This particular event is for teens and adults.
Got it. All right. And so last but not least, and most importantly, the San Luis Library is hosting its 5th annual Back to School Fair to help you be classroom ready, and also more. So what can people expect, and who is this actually for?
Right, this is for students all throughout Yuma County. We're hosting it at our San Luis Library. We received a grant through the Arizona Community Foundation of Yuma, San Luis, and our Friends of the Library also sponsor this event. Yes. And what San Luis does is bring in lots of community organizations that offer different services that could help families once you get into the back to school schedules.
Mode, yeah.
Yes, exactly. If you need need assistance with child care or nutrition or homework help. It just sort of pulls all those services together, and you get to go around to the different tables and talk to people in the community and find out what services are available. And thanks to funding through the grant, we're also able to offer some back-to-school supplies to kids who attend the event. So that's always nice too. You can't have too many pencils and paper and backpacks. And
yeah, exactly.
So,
what a great service.
It's wonderful. It's the 5th year that we've done it, and we see it grow every year.
Awesome, awesome, great things for the community coming up. So, all right, that does it for this week's Library Treasures, where we learn more about what our local libraries are offering besides books. And Sarah, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, I'll send it back to you, Blake.
Very good. Coming up on Sunrise, we continue our discussion with qualifying charitable organizations, a part of the Yuma Tax Credit Coalition. How the coalition is helping nonprofits. We'll be talking to Yuma Community Food Bank coming up after the break. All right, we're back continuing the discussions with many qualifying charitable organizations involved in the Yuma Tax Credit Coalition. So as we said before, that Tax Credit Coalition is doing its part to make Yuma a better place. And donating is easy. You can go to any 12 organizations who are within that coalition. And not only are you putting money into Yuma, you'll eventually see that money back into your own wallet. So there's an incentive, like I mentioned earlier. So again, this morning we are joined by Michelle Merkley with the Yuma Community Food Bank. So thanks so much for being here.
Sure, always a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Anytime. So first off, we want to learn a little bit more about your nonprofit and how it provides services to the community. I'm sure most of us are familiar with the food bank, but you know.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so at least. But tell us a little bit more.
Sure. So we're a private nonprofit organization here in Yuma County, and we actually were established in 1978, so this is our 40th year.
Nice.
So we're very excited about that.
Anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited. So we've been serving families here in Yuma County for 40 years.
And what type of what is the process of serving those families?
So we offer, we have 3 programs. We have the Emergency Food Box Assistance, which is open to individuals, families, as well as seniors. And they just need to come down, bring a photo ID, a proof of address, and we get them set up for that. And we also offer a senior nutrition program, which is available for seniors that are over 60, and that supplies them with much needed nutrition that they need, some protein. And also we have the back to school program, which is the backpack program.
Oh, cool.
So that's very exciting. And that is a school-based program that we work with, that schools have identified those children that are food insecure. So we supply them with food for the weekends.
Okay, very important.
Yes, absolutely.
So you guys play a vital role in the community.
Yes.
All right, so onto your involvement with the Tax Credit Coalition. Kind of how has accomplished your mission since your involvement with them?
Sure. So we rely heavily on donations from our community here. Without those, it's almost impossible for us to keep our doors open. So with those donations, it helps us keep within our mission, which is to relieve hunger. It helps us meet our mission with that, to relieve hunger in Yuma County.
All right, and I'll leave it open to you. So I have been told that summers are high demand for donations. Is there a message you want to give out to the community?
Sure. Summers are very hard on us. We have a lot of people that are food insecure in Yuma County, and we need those donations coming in there. And like I said, we rely heavily on that cash donation just to help us keep our doors open.
All right, very good. All right, so thanks again, Michelle.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, talking with us a little bit about how that coalition really helps your nonprofit.
Thank you so much. Really
Anytime.
appreciate it.
All right, coming up on Sunrise, the Major League Baseball trade wars begin. We'll tell you what the LA Dodgers did to upgrade their lineup. That's coming up in Sunrise Sports. And also coming up on Sunrise, our full weather forecast, so be sure to stick around for that. You'll definitely not want to miss what type of triple-digit temperatures we're expected to see for the week ahead. 6:52 is your time. We're going to switch gears to sports. The LA Dodgers made the first big trading move in the big leagues, while the Yuma Heat swim team begins their state competition. News 11 sports director Rob Fram, he joins us with this TGIF edition of Sunrise Sports. Good morning, Rob.
Well, good morning to you and to everyone else at home as well. The first seismic shift goes down in the NL West when it comes to big trades. The Los Angeles Dodgers acquire all-star shortstop Manny Machado from the Baltimore Orioles. In return, the Dodgers will give the Orioles 5 minor league prospects. Machado will give LA more power in their batting lineup, as he has a top 10 batting average of .315, 24 home runs and 65 ribbies that he piled up in the first half of the season. Machado's contract will expire at the end of this season, and the Dodgers say that they won't explore the possibility of re-signing Machado until the end of the season. For now, the former Oriole is expected to make his first appearance in Dodger blue later today against the Milwaukee Brewers. Well, turning to the local scene, a dozen local swimmers represented or are representing our area in the state championship competition down in Tucson. Emma Ammon, Gavin Logan, and Nicholas Acero highlight the 12 locals that are taking on the best programs in the Grand Canyon State, each looking to qualify for a spot in sectional competition. The long distance stat of last night goes to Yuma Heat swimmer Felicity McAllen, who finished her race in second overall with a time of 20:26.64. State competition continues today and runs through the rest of the weekend. Last but certainly not least, we'll be airing a pair of special editions of Small Town Smack Talk. Well, we start this week with a complete analysis of the Mexican national soccer team. I'm joined by 3 die-hard Team Mexico soccer fans who give us their take on El Tri's overall performance in the World Cup. You can check out this podcast on our website, KYMA.com. All right, we're done, son, with this semi-local round of sports. Got some regional stuff and national stuff in there as well. Happy Friday, everybody.
Now, your Weather Authority local forecast.
All right, Rob, thanks so much for that. Your time is 6:54 this Friday morning. Take a look at that beautiful shot. Thanks to our RV World Yuma Skycam, just sunny skies were expected today. You can see just how beautiful that looks. Okay, let's take a look at our local temperatures so far this morning. We're seeing a low 80-degree temperature in the Imperial Valley, 83 in Imperial, 81 in El Centro. But 86 here in Yuma. We're slightly warmer, but Blythe is a little bit warmer than that at 88 degrees. 110 in Blythe. We're seeing the teens there. 108 in Yuma, as well as El Centro and Imperial. 109 for your highs for today. Sunny skies. We do have excessive heat warning in place starting at 10 a.m. That's going to last us all weekend, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. Tonight's forecast, clear skies. You could expect tonight 84 in Yuma, 81 El Centro, and 83 in Imperial. Our 8-day forecast sponsored by Sun City Pest Control. You could see Saturday to start off 110, but that will go up to almost 120 by the beginning of next week. And that's why that excessive heat warning is in effect. Now those overnight lows in the mid to high 80s. For Imperial Valley, we're taking a look at those temperatures for your 8-day weather forecast, 110 to start your weekend. But by Monday, we're gradually warming up to the 116, but 117 looks to be the highest temperature recorded so far or predicted for our forecast. All right, we do have a birthday today, so happy birthday to Aurora. A message for you this morning is happy birthday from Mom and Dad. I gotta love having a Friday birthday. And we do have a Friday birthday winner, so congratulations to Alice Rosas. Be sure to check your email for your next steps on getting your hands on a Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake. Congratulations. Of course, if you would like to give a birthday shout out, head over to our website, kyma.com/contests. Before we go, let's take a look at this. Drones were buzzing and even sometimes crashing during California's biggest drone race ever. So 8 top qualifying teams from around the world met up in Sacramento Thursday for the California Drone Speed Challenge. I didn't even know this was a thing. Apparently it is. But a team from Europe took the grand prize, and I could see why people would get involved in this. That was $25,000 in cash. Now, one finalist said speed was the deciding factor, not just flying and landing. So it was for a good cause too. And just taking a look at that is just so amazing. Drone racers for $25,000, that's some high-tech stuff. Just take a look at that, just that big arena. So pretty cool. So like I mentioned, it is for a good cause. Comcast, which put up the prize money, also made a $25,000 donation to all the local Boys and Girls Clubs. So definitely great motive behind it all. And, you know, just seeing drones are such a big thing now. I don't know why I don't have one yet, but we're working on it. They're a little expensive, but that's really cool to see. $25,000 cash. I would learn drones just for that. All right, well, 6:57 is your time. Thanks for joining me here on News 11 Sunrise. I'm Blake Keller. Network News is next, and we're local with Sunrise on Fox 9 coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. So everyone, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for joining me and letting me into your home today. Have a great day and be safe out there this weekend in the heat.